Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sun4U Radio. My name is Damien. As you can see from the thumbnail today, or basically listening to my voice, I will be doing the episode alone. It has been quite a long time, I would say, that we are actually having just one person doing the episode. Usually we will be pairing up with another host, but for today, I will be actually doing the episode by myself. So when I was actually assigned to do this episode, I actually have no idea what to do because it's been very peaceful lately and there's not a lot of things happening around the world or so. But for all the Sunway students, I am actually I bet that all of you guys are actually very happy for this whole week since that we have a lot of holidays. For example, like during the weekend, last weekend, from Saturday to Sunday, we have 2 days for our weekend. And afterwards, we have the Labor Day holiday, which is on May 1. Then yesterday, which was a Thursday, was Festa Day. So I hope that you guys actually enjoy your holiday and then have some time to rest and then recharge yourself. Since for me, I did not do anything much actually, but let me think what I had done during my holiday. Since I am actually not a very outgoing guy, I usually just stay at home, do my own work, and then just be very laid back, just chill. So yeah, but hope that all of you guys are actually having the time of your week for this particular week. Yeah, then we'll see what we're going to talk about later, and I'll see you guys after the music break. Hello, welcome back from the music break. My name is Damien, and today I will just be hosting my episode alone. Oh gosh, haven't been speaking English for a while, but I will be hosting an episode alone. And I was actually browsing some Instagram just now during the music break, and I stumbled upon a post from Malaysia Food and Travel. So basically, they posted about 8 events that is happening in this weekend in KL and Selangor. So for those that wanted to go and have some fun during the weekend, you guys can actually go and take a look at them while I will slowly talk about them. So the first one that I saw is a Songkran festival at One Utama Shopping Centre, Owing. The date would be from 27 April until the 7th of May, which is this Sunday. The time will be from 12 p.m. until 12 a.m. in the Owing again at the forecourt. So most of you guys should know that Songkran is actually a festival from Thailand. So I went to check just now. So basically, Songkran in Thailand was supposed to be held on April 13 until April 15. So the purpose of the Songkran is actually, about moving forward according to the internet. So it came from the Sanskrit language, that means passage of the sun. So I think the most obvious things that you guys saw during the recording is the obvious thing during the festival is that people will be playing water. For example, like they will like literally stay on the street and then they will like keep shooting water with a water gun. It's basically a very festive festival for everybody. So yeah, that is the first event that is going to be happen in KL or Selangor in One Utama. So the second thing is Disney. It's about Disney, related to Disney in KLCC Plenary Hall. This is a Disney concert. So it was going to happen on the 6th of May, this Saturday at 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. And then the 7th of May, Sunday on 3 p.m. I am not sure whether you need to book a ticket or not, but I'm like around 80% sure that you would have to book a ticket to actually go and watch the concert. So according to the post, there would be, Disney princesses such as Ariel from Little Mermaid, Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, Elsa from Frozen, and then Rapunzel from Tango. Since I'm sure that, most of my friends actually love Disney, we can actually just stay in the car and then just jam Disney songs for literally the whole trip. And then the thing about Disney is that, they are slowly like remaking those animated series into real life action movies. The most recent one, I think the one that is going to come out next is The Little Mermaid. Some of you guys actually watched the trailer already, some of you might not. And there were a lot of controversies when the trailer was released, since the acticity was different from the animation series for Princess Ariel. So, it sparks a lot of controversy, but I think for me personally, the most important thing is about how the whole movie, the plot, and also how it actually relates to us in a real way, in a way, resonates with us in a way. Sorry guys, I'm just like doing this episode by myself, and then like it's very different, I would say. So yeah, that's for the Disney in concert. It's going to be held in KLCC. So the third one would be a Mother's Day Bazaar. So Mother's Day is coming soon in this weekend. Next weekend, I think the 13th of May. Or 14th of May, sorry. It's the 14th of May, 13th of May. So I don't know about you guys, but my relationship with my mom was actually not, I wouldn't say we are not good. I wouldn't say that we don't have a good relationship. It's just that usually we just stay in our own space. We do our own thing alone. And we don't really talk that much about our own things, since we are sort of a person that actually keep everything to ourselves. But I think slowly I am actually learning how to appreciate her and then try to talk to her about more things. And then I try to tell her about most of the things that happened in my life recently. So I would say that there's actually a progress, since I sort of understand where her perspective is coming from, and then I sort of understand what she wanted in me. And sometimes I try to communicate and tell her that what I want and then what I don't want. And then I think relationship is slowly getting better. So for all of you guys around out there, it's Mother's Day soon, so please do appreciate your mother. And then, yeah, maybe you can bring her to this bazaar, which is at let me check, Slate at the Row. It's a Sunny Side Up Market Mother's Day edition. It's going to be held on the weekends 6 and 7 May from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you guys want to know more about the details, you guys can go to Sunny Side Up Market on their on their Facebook, or Sunny Side Up _ Market on their Instagram. They, according to the poster again, they sell apparel, fashion accessories, home decor, gifts, homemade condiments. So yeah, why not just bring your mom to go there and take a look around and then buy her some things that she likes to show that you actually care and you love her. Or if you guys don't plan to go there, it's fine. Also, you guys can bring her to go for some dinner outside or have lunch outside, or just have a getaway trip to bring her around if she is a stay-at-home mom that doesn't really go out around. So yeah, this is the first 3 events that I stumbled upon on Instagram. I will continue to tell you guys more about the events later. See you guys after the music break.
Come over and check up on it.
Hello and welcome back from the break. You are listening to Sun4U Radio. My name is Damien and I am currently hosting the episode on the 9th floor in Sunway University. So if you walk by, you can just wave hi to me and I would be waving back to you. So before the music break, I was talking about what events that is happening currently in KL, Selangor, that you guys can go and actually participate to go see around during the weekend, since the weekend is literally coming soon and I can't wait for it. So before that, I talked about the Songkran Festival, which would be held in One Utama. The second one is the Disney in Concert, which will be held in KLCC Plenary Hall. And the third one is the Sunny Side Up Market Mother's Day edition at Slate at the Row. So this whole list is compiled by Malaysia Food and Travel. So yeah, feel free to go check them out on your Instagram and see what other things that they post. So I'm going to continue some of the event. The fourth event that I stumbled upon, which I think would be my favorite, is a Songs of Taylor Swift concert held in Jatim, KL. So it's a table land concert which consists of, Taylor Swift actually crossed a lot of genres in her music. There's pop music, country music, and even folk music, indie folk. I don't know. Basically, I'm quite curious about this concert, since my favorite artist would be Taylor Swift. Especially her lyrics writing is just chef kiss. So this event will be held on the 5th of May on Friday, which is today, I think. Yep, today. Starts at 8:30 p.m. and then you will need to pay for a ticket fee, the entry fee, which is 90 ringgit. So if you guys are interested in this event, feel free to go to jatim.com and then quickly book yourself a ticket and then just, go there and support. So the next event that is going to happen is the Wavy Market at Tiffin at the Yard. So it's going to be held on the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th of May. So the time is for Friday will be on 5 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday and Sunday will be from 12 to 11 p.m. I think this is sort of like a local business. So it's going to be held at Sun4U, near Sun4U. So there are accessories, art and craft, curated thrift, clothes, and many more. So for anyone that love thrift shopping, you guys can go and check them out. Maybe you'll find some very good deal where you can get something cheap or something that you guys like, because most of them would be handmade. So do go there and support them, give our local business a support, and then just go and check them out. And the next one would be a KL Illustration Fair at GMBB. I have no idea where that is, but let me check. Anyway, so it's an illustration fair. So it will be held from 5 to 7 May, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is on the 4th floor of GMBB. So it's at Bukit Bintang. So you guys can go and check them out. I'm not sure whether you guys need to get a ticket or not, because it does not list here. So and for all those beautiful people out there, there will be an International Beauty Expo at KLCC 2 from 6 to 9 May from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I think they sell a lot of makeup, and then they sell a lot of beauty products. Maybe you can go and check them out, even though it doesn't fit you, but feel free to go and check them out. And the last one that I'm seeing here is basically a techno night, 303 techno night at Ice Cream Street Petaling. I mean, the poster looks very scary because it's like there's some horror elements inside, and even the word font itself is like, like those bloody word fonts. But I think that is something related to that, to horror stuff. So if you like horror and you like techno thing, you guys can go check them out at the 5th of May from 8:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. So this is basically the events that is going to be happening during the weekend. So for those who are free, you guys can go check them out. Or if you guys feel like just staying at home also, that's fine too. You guys can just prepare for your assignments. I mean, it's like literally the second week for degree student, but I think for some other program students, you guys are actually at the end already, because some of you just finished your exam. And then you guys can actually go and enjoy, or if you want to stay at home, that's fine too. Just read a book, just maybe gather around with your friends, or maybe you can even go on a trip. yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can do. So I'm going to share about what I'm going to do during the weekend with you guys after the music break. See you guys later.
No, you're doing this just for pleasure. Even love me, you're a lesson. If you want me, you'll take me for granted. Yeah. If I went more than you could manage, baby. Oh, you don't fall with me. Oh, we could be honest. Closer to me. Oh, giving me signs. Promise that you won't let me fall. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life. All night you could be. Telling me that, making me cry, wasting my time. The whole sound so just be. If I want you, take for granted. Yeah. Cause with me, know you could do damage. You could do damage. You do damage. Oh, you could do damage. Oh, you could do damage. Yeah. Oh, you could do damage. Way to dip, way to feel the mood. No, you like that shit, can't do it, baby. Heavy on my empty mind, shit. I gotta get some food, she the best of me. Still worried that I wasted the best of me on your big, you don't care. I'm trying to be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Trying to make sense of little change, got me a war in my mind. Let go away, think he was holding me to the right, but it will pick up in front of me. All the while, I wave my arms, I'm feeling it smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Sunny inside, good day never in my mind. Better get right, trying to free my mind before the end of the world. I don't miss no ex, I don't miss no text. I choose not to respond. I don't regret, just pretend shit never happened. Half of us laying waste to our youth. It's in the present. Half of us chasing fountains of youth, and it's in the present.
Hello, welcome back for the music break. My name is Damien and you are currently listening to Sun4U Radio. So before the break, I was actually talking about bunch of events that's going to happen during the weekend, which you guys can go and check. And I think for me, I most likely will be staying at home with my family and my friends, or all my friends, going out with my friends. I think 80% will be staying at home to sort of like, get myself recharged back in order to face all the social things that are going to happen during the next week. So, it's not that I did not have enough rest. I had rest, but just that it's forever not enough for me. Especially since last weekend and the weekend before. Basically, I went out with my friends to actually hang around and talk about what happened in their life currently, since most of them have actually graduated. So, they are actually working now in different field. It's still in the music industry, but they work in different kind of position. So a lot of things happened, and I think for me, even though I was basically listening to them talking about their work, and then just sort of like trying to absorb everything, try to understand, and then I do give some advice, since one of my friend was like thinking whether or not he wanted to resign, since like there's a lot of toxic traits, toxic environment, toxic workplace, toxic, I don't know what it's called. Basically, your toxic environment, yes. So basically, it happened in her workplace, and then he was actually asked to work overtime without getting overtime pay. So he was treated very unfairly. So he was actually struggling whether or not he wanted to resign. So we basically went there, listened to him, and then listened to him talk about his work, and then giving him advice. But he was having difficulty to resign because he feared that it would be not fair for the company. So we actually tried to advise him and tell him that it's better for you to actually resign if you feel that you are not being treated right. And then the fact that your health is actually having problems since he was asked to work overtime. It's not just like 1 to 2 hours. It's basically like working overtime for a few hours until like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. like that. And then the fact that he came home really late was also making his family really worried. So we advised him. We tried our best to advise him. And then I think that he was actually struggling to resign. I think mainly because he was afraid that if he resign, he might not be as good as his peer because most of his peer has already found a job working properly, and then he feared that if he just resign after working for a few months, it will feel like he, it's like being very weak lah. But I think basically all of us were trying to advise him that it's fine that you resign. If you feel that you cannot do it, then just don't do it. Nobody would care whether it's right or wrong or not except yourself. Your body has actually already warned you about your health, so you should actually really look at that and then try to sort it out. So, and the fact that this workplace bullying, this toxic workplace toxic environment not only happen in just that one field. I feel that most of the place that we actually work in usually have this kind of office politics. It's just that depends on how we actually maneuver it, and also what we do on our side to make sure that they have no right to harm us and actually affect us. So that's why I usually just tell my friend to make sure to set a boundaries, know when is your work time, and then know that what time you should avoid looking at your phone's messages from your work, so that you can actually get to rest properly. If not, you would basically just keep looking at the phone, keep feeling overwhelmed, keep feeling pressured by the messages. Since usually when we rest, right, we would just try to avoid thinking about work. But the moment you look at your messages, you will start to think about, what should I do next? What work should I continue next? What work should I finish first? I mean, for some people, work-life balance will be different for most of the people. Maybe some people's work-life balance will be 80% work, 20% life. Some people may 50% work, 50% life. It depends on you. Just make sure that you found the correct balance and then try to get yourself some rest or so before going back to work. Yeah, so take this weekend and then just rest properly. So anyway, to continue the story, we actually managed to convince him to resign. But I think the one thing that most of us fresh grads that just graduated, that when we get into the work, the most important thing that we need to learn is how to protect our right as an employee, especially in your contract, right? There are actually a few things that you guys need to look. For example, like your working hours, whether there's OT pay or not, and then what rights do you have? Do you have enough annual leave? And then do you have enough MC leave, and then do you have enough maternity leave for the women's? And then also the fact that you have to know whether it actually suits with the latest employer law, the Labor Act law, which started in 2023 is very important. Maybe some company will try to tell you that, no, we don't follow labor law, but that is literally not correct. So yeah, I think to actually let yourself get familiar with the labor law and then know your right as an employee is very important to us fresh grads out there. So you won't actually get scammed, get cheated, and then get offended by other people around. Especially, I think that there will be people who actually use like some excuses such as like, we are doing this for your good sake, for your own sake. So some people actually done that when they were starting from the lowest level of the position. They will try to convince you with their own excuses, but at the end, it is you who actually have to know what right you have, what you can do, and when to actually take rest, and then when to actually defend your be firm on your ground. So yeah, a lot of things actually happened during the conversation, and we managed to persuade him to actually resign. And I mean, he was actually reluctant at first because he was afraid that, oh, what if I resign and what will happen to the company? But do take note that every company can replace you as an employee. So, yeah, just basically ask yourself, am I at the correct place where I can learn and be safe to actually voice out for myself? Does the employer actually listen to you and then try to find a common standing ground between you? This is a lot of soft skills that we learn at campus, but actually not that much yet compared to when we get out to the society and work. So I would say that, yeah, get familiar with it and then try to understand more about your rights. And then, yeah, it might be beneficial for you in the future. So we will get right back to you after the music break. See you guys later.
If I let you, you'll take me for granted. Yeah. If I'm worth more than you could manage. Yeah. Oh, we want me, oh, we could be honest. Closer to me, oh, giving me solace. Promise that you won't let me fall. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life, all that you could be. Telling me lies, making me cry, wasting my time the whole time, so just be. If I want you, take for granted. Yeah. 'Cause with me, you could do damage. You could do damage. You do damage. Yeah. Worry about it, I'm putting pressure. You'll only get me if I let you. No, what you're doing is just for pleasure. Either learn me or I'm a lesson. If you want me, you'll take me for granted. Yeah. If I'm with more than you could manage, baby. Oh, you'll open with me. Oh, we could be honest. Closer to me. Oh, giving me solace. Promise that you won't let me fall. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life, all that you could be. Telling me lies, making me cry, wasting my time the whole time, so just be. If I want you, take for granted. Yeah. 'Cause with me, you could do damage. You could do damage. You do damage. Oh, you could do damage. Oh, you could do damage. Yeah. Oh, you could do damage. Way to deal, way to feel the mood. No, you like that shit, can't do it, baby. Heavy on my empty mind, shit. I gotta get some moves, nigga, best of me. Still worry that I wasted the best of me on your big, you don't care. I'm gonna be a nuisance, it's just virgin. Tryna make sense of little shit, got me a war in my mind. I let go away, think he was holding me. Choose the right, but it will pick up in front of me. All the while, I wave my arms, feel it smile. Still wanna try, but still believe in good days. Sunny inside, good they never in my mind. Better get right, tryna free my mind before the end of the world. I don't miss no ex, I don't miss no text. They choose not to respond. I don't regret, just pretend shit never happened. Half of us laying waste to our youth. It's in the present. Half of us chasing fountains of youth, and it's in the present.
Check up on it, got it, flown it. Oh, I know you want it. While I turn around you, watch me check up on it. You watching me shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Come over and check up on 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 it. I know you want it. Come over and check up on it. Check up on it, check up on it, check up on
Hello, welcome back from the break. My name is Damien, and it's just me today at Sun4U Radio Studio, which is located on the 9th floor in Sunway University School of Art. So before the break, I actually talked a little bit about my experience, my friend's experience actually, about him wanting to resign for a job since that he actually faced a lot of workplace toxicity. Workplace toxicity. And he was treated really unfairly, and he was basically asked to do a lot of things that was not within his job scope. So, and then I talk about how me and my friends, other friends, managed to convince him to actually leave the company since like it's, it doesn't suit him. So that's why, I think one thing that I want to talk about is also basically how you make sure that you actually find a job that is safe for you, and then that is actually you can actually learn everything in it. So when I first found my internship, I had an intern. So when I first found my internship, I basically emailed to the company, and then I had sort of like an interview thing, but it's mostly just about discussion. So for those who are actually going for internship for the next short semester, you guys can actually listen to this and then just sort of like think about what how to actually put this together when you're doing internship. I don't know if it's beneficial for you. If it does, then good, I'm happy for you. But if it doesn't, it's okay. You can just always listen to this and then just use this in the future. So for everybody, you guys can go on those what is that called? JobStreet, and then LinkedIn, and then Indeed, this kind of pages where you can actually search for jobs. Go there, look at the job descriptions, and then they will usually put out expected salary and then their job description, job scopes, and then some information about the company. That it would be very straightforward. You just go and look around, and then you send in your resume. For those that doesn't have a resume yet, I will advise you to actually go and start one now. It doesn't have to be very fancy, you can do it with just Microsoft Word. Go online and then see how you can make a resume, what do you need to put in your resume, etc. Go and look for it, and then submit your resume. And then I think for me, usually internship, right, most of my friends, they don't really get paid. Even if they get paid, it's not going to be a huge amount. But I mean, if I'm going to be honest, for me, internship is for me to gain experience, so I don't really care about the payment as much. So for me, I did not go look on JobStreet, this kind of job career page. I went on to email. I went to email my supervisor, and then I sort of just like asked them like, "Hi guys, I'm a student from Sunway University, and I will be having my internship in my which semester, and then how long would it take?" And then I just asked them that, would you guys be interested in taking intern for the company, and then talk about why you are interested in the company, and then see whether they reply you or not. So they did reply me, and then they asked for a meeting online to sort of have like a discussion. So yeah, that went there, and then before the discussion, I sort of like research about my field, the industry field, what is it about, how is it like, and then how's the working hours like, and then sort of just ask around, and then just sort of like get myself to understand what is actually happening instead of just looking at theory, So most of the things you still have to go and do some research by yourself. And after I do some research, and then I went for the meeting, me and the person in charge sort of like talk a little bit about what I wanted to do, and then why am I interested in this career. And then afterward, usually in all sorts of interview, they will ask you like, do you have any questions for them? So I sort of like asked a few questions, sort of like about the working hours, about the paid, and then about my job scope. And then I think another thing that you guys can ask during the interview is about the leave. And then you can also ask like, how is the job environment like? But do note that usually in this kind of interview, right, because in company, right, they want to keep their image. So they will confirm, most likely will tell you like about like, oh, our company working culture is very nice. There's no workplace politics. This kind of words, like just sort of like, just keep out the image. So I cannot deny that most of them are not true, but maybe some of them will do this. So yeah, just listen first, and then if you're interested, then they would send you a contract. Look at the contract properly, and then make sure that it's listed about everything. For example, like again, your working hour, your paid, your working day, which day are you working, which day are you not working, and then leaves, annual leave. Internship, maybe you have leave. I'm not sure for mine, because for me, I don't work in a company. I work under a private practitioner. So leave, medical leave, and then what happen if one of your day works on public holiday, and then what if your public holiday is on the weekend? Do you get replacement? And then usually internship, you have like a contract, have a period. When does the contract start? When does it end? Can the contract be terminated immediately? Is there anything that you do to actually get, like, for example, like, what is that word? To cancel the contract, terminate the contract, is there any behavior that you have done, and then it will be like a misconduct in your workplace? Will you like get your contract terminated? And then other things such as if you want to resign, maybe after you got into your internship for a few weeks, or after you go into your jobs for a few weeks, you feel like, oh, this job is not suitable for me. How do I resign? Is there a place there? Is there a procedures that I need to follow, etc., etc.? And then, yeah, again, look at the Employment Act, labor law, and see how it fits. How to understand what is the rights as an employee. And then, yeah, you just sort of like look through the contract, and then if you have anything that is not clear and is basically true verbal, you can ask them to actually include that in your contract, and then sign it once that is actually clear enough for you, for the both parties. And then you can ask to include a job scope under your contract as an appendix. So in case they ask you to do things that are not under your job scope, you can actually show them and say that this is not under my job scope, and you have the right not to do it. But if you feel like that particular task is suitable for you and you wanted to try it, go on, you can feel free to go and try. So afterwards, basically you just have to try and survive around the work. And then yeah, I done my internship, and it was a pretty fun experience. Luckily for me, I don't work in a big company for a lot of people, because usually, in a company they have like, maybe they have a training for interns, and then maybe they will have like, their own group of friends already since they are there. And then maybe for internship, they will be like, since you're on internship, maybe you can do this, but they expect you to do a lot of things, but at the same time, they don't pay you. So yeah, I think a lot of experience my friends had are something similar like this, but I'm not sure yet because I only just listened. I was not there. So yeah, that is basically my advice for internship, or for those that are out there working already. But the first thing is know your rights. The second thing is basically know when to stay firm at the ground with people cross the boundaries. And the third thing is know when to rest yourself, get yourself a rest to let your body recuperate. And yeah, that is all about workplace. Again, a lot of work actually started recently. So yeah, I'm actually in the mood to talk about work all day. But I would say that as a student, it might not feel that fast, but it's hard to tell because literally when you blink, right, time flies and you're actually in your final year already. So yeah, get your life in student, just enjoy it first while make sure that you work on your assessment, and then yeah, just sort of see where it leads you to in life. And I'll see you after the music break. See you guys. Hello and welcome back from the music break. This is Damien from Sun4U Radio. Firstly, I want to thank you for actually staying tuned with me, listening to me talking about everything, such as the event from the beginning of the episode until me talking about workplace culture from my friend's perspective. So, to wrap up everything today, I would say that the main thing I wanted to really tell you about is basically how to actually find the correct balance for yourself, especially from your health and your work. It's actually very difficult for us to actually, get the correct balance, since usually we will get really affected by what other people say. For example, such as maybe you were browsing through Instagram and you saw that maybe your friends who are actually studying overseas in their last semester already, they are actually graduating, and yet you are still in your first year because you took a gap year. Maybe you might feel pressure and you get overwhelmed when you see other people succeed before you. I actually learned that the hard way, and I was pretty easily overwhelmed when I was asked about these kind of questions like, maybe like your friends are already graduated. What do you want to do next after you graduate? And before that, I would like just smile and then keep up a straight face, keep up my laughing face, and then just tell them, oh, I will do this, that. But now I actually ask myself like what I wanted to do, and I would manage to tell myself that, oh, you just prepare on graduating first, just prepare on what you can see in front first, and then you slowly work towards your big goals. But yeah, again, but yet you still have to actually cross that gap, which is to graduate first. So I think it does help me a lot because I was a perfectionist. But afterward, I sort of like actually put down the expectation for myself a little bit lower. And then I sort of understand how to keep that balance of the peer pressure and also the pressure between myself and my own health. So it's not an important task to learn, but I would say that once you have learned that, it's pretty good. Because why do you want to set up such a high expectation on yourself when everybody else actually set a high expectation on you? Maybe the people that you care about want you to succeed. Maybe your friends wanted you to be A+, your parents wanted you to get A+. But I would say that it doesn't matter if you get like a pass, a C, a B, and A, because if you manage to get into this stage at your life, you actually already succeed like literally half of your study life already. You are in university. Like literally afterwards you went through your primary school, you went through your secondary school, and you are in university already after your secondary studies, which is like literally, you finish like three quarter of your studies already. So I would say that just literally enjoy, but again, please don't forget to do your assignments, etc. And I think another thing is that basically you learn in university, it's to get to know more about yourself, and then to know what you want, what you don't want, and to sort of figure out what you really want to do in the future. It's okay that you have not figured it out. I am still trying to figure it out. I have a rough idea, but it's okay that you haven't figured it out yet. Maybe you figure it out once you graduated. It doesn't matter as long as you can keep everything together, make a plan. I guess my method doesn't work on you, so depends on you. So yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like the workplace is a very scary place for me. After listening to my friend's story, and I just be like, oh my god, what happened if I literally get into a situation like that? But I think the good thing is that I listen to the experience, I learn from the experience, and I know what to avoid, and I know how to maneuver out from the situation. Yeah, I think it's sort of a thing that you have to learn throughout your life. It's not just about work. You have to learn how to maneuver through obstacles, learn how to face them, confront them, and then learn how to actually stay connected with all your friends, your family. Maybe they will be able to help you get a good support system behind your back, when you are having trouble, difficulty, who can you go to, who can you talk to. I think a lot of things that I'm still learning. For example, like this radio, I am still learning how to speak all by myself, because usually I will have a partner with me. So that's pretty much all for the episode today. A lot of things to take in to digest, but we will get there eventually, I'm sure. So thank you all for listening to the episode today, and thank you for staying until the end with me. I will be signing off now, and hope you guys have a great weekend ahead. And do follow us on our social media on Sun4U_radio on Instagram, and also Sun4U Radio on Facebook. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.